I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.
In my opinion, if Ayesha Curry isn't your worst nightmare as a man, then you're not dreaming big enough. This is, I swear to God, every time I see her speak on the interwebs, it breaks my heart for Steph Curry because I've known men like him that were the calm, the docile, the quiet ones. And their wife, every time he looks up, is just pushing the boundaries further and further just to see what she has to do to get a reaction out of him because she's bored with herself, she's bored with life. I tell men that ask me for advice because everyone knows me. Um, I've always had 5 or 6 living girlfriends at a time for years. I deal with a lot of women. I like women. But you have to understand women. The first thing about women you have to understand is that for one thing, we're living in hell. Everything you do, you treat people good, but they treat you bad. It's like everything is reversed. So when it comes to women, unfortunately, the worse you treat them, the more they love you. But on the other side, when you're a good man and you don't have the attention span to play the mental games where you're pretending to be an asshole to get a desired result, and you're just actually just being a genuine person, hoping that you're going to just meet another genuine person, well, that's not how it works because we're living in hell. Women love instability and pain. They like men that make them cry. They like men that they are uncertain about. They love men that they have to chase. Men that are just like, oh, yeah, baby, let me buy you this, or let me just give you money. Matter of fact, let me take care of it. They call those men tricks. They call them simps. And they cheat on them with guys who literally treat them like shit and don't call them anymore. And you'll only see us between the hours of 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., between Thursday and maybe Sunday fun day night, but maybe Thursday to Saturday. The rest of the weeks, we're doing us. We have other women we date. We're traveling. We're not pinned down at home taking care of you. A lot of these women don't get these types of attitudes until they have someone stable at home. When they're single, they're stressed out because they're trying to figure out what are they going to do to survive. Once you luck up and you meet a man that's willing to work and take care of you, and he's not talking about you're going to have to contribute and split 50-50, these women become bored. The phrase they told us when we were kids were in English is idle hands are the devil's workshop. You must keep your woman busy. You must keep her confused. Once she knows she has you where she wants you, you're not cheating, you're stable, she's stable, you guys are on the same page, she's done with you. She's bored, out of her mind, and she's going to cheat. Then, she's going to leave breadcrumbs, and eventually you'll find out she's cheating. You guys will fight. You will argue. But you're the man. You've put all the money and time into her. She's only received. She's really put nothing into you. She's been entertaining other people via the internet this entire relationship. You're the only one that lost. A lot of men are not willing to take that loss and they resort to violence. That's how they catch cases. And next thing you know, you're being sued. You're being accused of being an abuser. I hope Steph Curry has an outlet where he's not eventually going to snap because of the disrespect. You know who warned us about Ayesha Curry years ago? It's crazy. He warned us about Ayesha. He warned us about Vivica Fox. He warned us about the chick from what is it called? What's that show? Blackity Black. Blackish. What's her name? The Diana Ross's daughter. Kevin Samuels warned us about all these women in advance. It's all coming true. This man has been dead for years. And listen to what he said about the Currys.
Condolences to the Currys.
He starts off the video saying, condolences to the Currys.
Marry a woman who thinks she's better than you.
I just didn't think it was going to be a thing.
You weren't a friend group.
Friends, yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or was it legit just friends?
No, just friends.
I get what you're saying. Like, you never saw him as something, but I'm like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something? Or
no, never. In the beginning, hated it so much. I did not sign up for that. I also always thought
if you hated it that much, why the fuck didn't you just go get with someone else? I'll be honest with you. Even if she did, this man is so focused on work. He's so preoccupied with basically just being a traditional conservative man that he was thinking, okay, as long as I got a wife, I have a family, and I'm stable, I can focus on work. And what did that do? That propelled him to be the best. But on the other hand, she's not prepared to do nothing except be a wife, be taken care of, be spoiled. The first rule, you never spoil anyone. We know what happens when you spoil kids. What are women? Women are children. You have to protect them from themselves. They say wild and crazy things, and when they don't get their way, they cry. Everything about them is childlike. They're just older. You, as the man, are the parental figure. You're the father figure throughout the relationship. But that's a job in itself. So you have that job, plus he's supposed to balance an NBA career. I'll be honest, I was with somebody for years, and I had to literally take care of her, save her from herself, make sure she eats, make sure she has everything, make sure she works, make sure she doesn't party too much, drink too much. It's too much. When are you going to just be an adult and grow up? But they ride off your coattails so much that they start to think, well, maybe everything that I have and all the access I have, maybe it's me. Yeah, I'm living off him, but maybe I can go start my own business, this and this. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you want to live my lifestyle without me? The arrogance of these women. They will use you to get themselves ahead, and then they want to remove you so that they can try to take credit for everything they have. At the end of the day, you're still a woman living off of a man. Best case scenario, if you try to start doing it's always going to lead back to some sort of sex work. Her trying to find another rich man that's going to give her money because she looks good because of sex. It's always going to come down to her. Even if she's talking about, oh, I had a career. Career doing what? What was your business? What were you going to do? Well, I was going to do modeling. Okay, what does that really boil down to? Sex work. What are they known for doing? What are all these people being arrested for? Trafficking. When you're flying these models around because you want to fuck them, it's trafficking. When you're telling them you're going to book them in photo shoots or put them on magazine covers because you want to fuck them, it's trafficking. There's no other way to cut it. And when she's talking about, oh yeah, I was going to be in a career woman doing what? Working where? These women are lying. She was lazy. She didn't want to put in the work. The worst part about this is that she didn't tell him. So every time he looks up, he's being embarrassed by this, by his wife. And if he says one word publicly about it, the entire sisterhood and the internet is going to destroy him mentally by saying that he's weak, saying that he's insecure, saying that she can do better. See, right now, because he's quiet and not defending himself, the internet's on his side. Where everyone's saying he doesn't deserve this, he's a victim, and he is. This woman is evil. This woman is your worst nightmare. If you're a man who just wants to work and have a family. All of us men, all those men around the world, all we want to do is work, get a wife, have children. We really don't want the rest of the bullshit. And why do you think we have passports? Every man I know that's getting married is marrying a woman that's a foreigner. You cannot trust any of these American women, regardless of race. They're the same across the board. Black culture has overtaken American culture. The women are cooked. Once Black culture invades the mind of a woman, she's done. Because Black culture in itself is anti-family. What is she saying? I never wanted a family, never wanted a kid, never wanted kids. Anti-husband, anti-men, anti-kids, pro-feminism. All these different things are a part of Black culture. She encompasses it. She's a perfect example of it. Just to watch her try to catapult, in my opinion, she's looking for a way out. One false move, Steph Curry, you leave the toilet seat up on accident. You leave a kitchen cabinet open. I don't care how many maids you got. She knows there's no prenup. She's been with you since the beginning. I think the day he retires or the day after he retires, she's going to file for divorce. She's going to be so rich. And she's going to smash every famous brother she can find. And she's going to just embarrass the hell out of Steph Curry. And when he doesn't chase after her, because obviously the kind of man he is, when you're the type of man that's a relationship guy, you can never go without being in a relationship. So he's obviously going to remarry quickly because he can't be alone. And you give her about 3, maybe 5 years of being single, she's going to crash out and destroy herself. And even with all that money, she's still going to blame all of her life problems on her wasted youth because she was married and had kids. It's like this anti-family agenda. That's why they promote the hell out of Black culture. Families is what made the country strong. Also, we had property laws and gun rights and First Amendment, but strong families is how we built our country. Legacies. Black culture doesn't like legacy. They envy people with legacy. They want to break it down. She's literally destroyed. This man has done nothing wrong. Now, I'm not saying he's perfect. Even if he cheated, it still doesn't justify what Ayesha Curry is doing to him right now. The pimp said, keep them confused. She would have been happier chasing him and him not giving her a ring, and she just is depressed and crying over him for 10 years. She would have preferred that over the soft life, the beautiful kids, spoiled to death. She doesn't know how to get on the internet and say one positive thing about this fucking guy, dude.
I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. He said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. I thought I was going to be the girl out there getting it.
So you thought Steph Curry was going to be a high school basketball coach, and that made him sexy to you, to the fact that you wanted to bust it open for him? You spread your legs open raw because you thought you were going to smash a high school basketball coach? Bro, if you don't shut the hell up, Miss Curry, disrespectfully, you're lying to yourself, you're lying to us. For one thing, you're a cute woman even at your big age. So you were probably really pretty in high school. Back then, there was no social media. So what a man does is he finds the prettiest woman in the first 15-mile radius of where he lives. It's usually his high school sweetheart, someone he grew up with, somebody he knew. You were probably one of the prettiest girls in school. You're light skinned. You look like you're maybe mixed Asian or something. You got lucky, but you knew he was doing something. You knew he was a good guy. You knew he had a college scholarship. You didn't think he was going to be no fucking basketball coach. Now you're lying to everybody. You locked on to a man that rose to the top and you rose with him. And now you want to tear it down and pretend that you're self-made, self-built. but you're going to just be catapulting yourself off of his name and his brand. She's what Tori Hart would have been had she not divorced Kevin Hart. And how Tori Hart is now out here floating around, not doing anything, but she won't give up the last name. Ayesha Curry, if you really feel this way about Steph, and when you guys get divorced, if you're serious and you're legit, drop his last name. I bet you won't do it because she's a liar. And she's, again, a man's worst nightmare, any man's worst nightmare. And I'll be honest, after listening to a woman like Ayesha Curry, that's why I shouldn't be in politics. I would ban marriage. You can't even marry somebody that you have not been with for 10 years. I would create something that's similar to marriage. And then after 10 years, if you still want to be with this person, you guys can get officially married. See, I wrote this thing where I proposed there should be a limit on marriage. Like every 5 years, you got to get it renewed. And if you don't, you're able to go your separate ways. You go out with what you came in with, unless you guys have some kind of contract where you're going to divide up stuff. But not that you can just, be with this man and use him up, or be with this woman and use her up. And then when you guys divorce in 5 years, you get to get half of their assets. That shouldn't be allowed. This is the perfect example of why marriage in modern America is probably the worst idea. People keep saying, well, Rico, Jeff Bezos is from a different era. He's from the past. I said modern. Men are based on when you are now. But when you were born also counts. Jeff Bezos is 60-something years old? A different generation of people. That's all he knows. It's not safe. It's a bad contract, because look how these women turn out. Marriage and money. This is America. You can make money doing a lot of different things. These women aren't really doing much except finding men to leech off of and to extort. And he can't do a word. He can't say a word about it, bro. This is probably one of the most heartbreaking stories. And I don't understand why more people aren't just destroyed by this.
Again, it wasn't too long ago that you were sitting down at the Red Table Talk talking about the fact that, Steph is getting all of this women attention, and you said you were getting male attention.
I have any of that. Like, I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me? Because I don't.
And you see her, she's chunky in this video. That's happy weight. But now she's probably had some surgeries. She's feeling herself. He's nearing retirement. She's trying to get out there and bust it open and get her shit blown back. And I'll be honest, I'm trying to now let's see. I know how this goes. I'm trying to think who's going to be one of the first men she starts to sleep with. I swear for God, bro. I swear to God. If Ayesha Curry is somehow linked to fucking Stephon Diggs, I wouldn't be shocked. She's going to go for a man that when they're going through their divorce, she's going to fuck the most popular men on the internet because she's looking for attention. That's why they tell you never fall in love with a woman that's in love with cameras. Because she'll sleep with you, she'll turn around and sleep with the janitor too. They don't know the difference. Cassie was the same way. She didn't care. She would deal with billionaire Diddy, and then she'd go down there and smash the valet guy too. It made her know, never mind. She was comfortable. She's not stressed out about bills, where she's going to live, how she's going to survive. She has men taking care of her. So now she can just do whatever she wants. That's how these situations work. Struggle is necessary. Making life too easy for women or for kids, it spoils them and it ruins them. You have to have a struggle. Iron sharpens iron. You have to go through hard times. Making life too easy for women, they're not going to wake up and say, we've been together 20 years. You've paid all the bills. You are the best. Let me kiss you. Where's your feet? Let me kiss them. They will lie to you and tell you they're going to do that in 20 years. In 20 years, they're going to say, you're lucky I'm still here. I could have just, because in their mind, they're all the most beautiful woman and they have a one-of-a-kind vagina. That's the delusion that they live with. Seeing Steph Curry go through this, it literally, this is why you're never treat any, Ayesha Curry is why you never treat women too good. Never treat any woman too good. Once a week, make her cry. I don't care what you got to do. Call her fat, call her Oprah, call her precious, something. You got to make her cry. Because when you make her smile too much, they change. And then they start thinking, you know what? If he's treating me this good, I bet you another man will treat me even better. She's thinking she's going to meet a man more successful and better looking with more money than Steph Curry. So when I tell you she's going to be going after, let's see here, right now, the most famous dude because he's smashing Cardi B is Stephon Diggs. Who else is in the NBA she can go after? She's probably going to, just to get his attention, she's going to start dating. She's going to start sleeping with somebody else. Who's one of Steph Curry's enemies? He gets along with everybody. Who in the NBA? Man, these niggas in the NBA don't care. Draymond. Draymond might hit Steph Curry's ex-wife, Ayesha. There's going to be I bet you she has a hit list. I bet you if she goes on one of these shows in the near future and they ask her, like, who are your celebrity crushes? I bet you this broad actually give fucking names. And I bet you the names that she gives, even if it's only 5, I bet you I can guess 3 out of those 5 names because I understand women. I know women. I deal with women. Been dealing with them for years, successfully dealing with women. This is just, again, this should be, if this isn't your worst nightmare as a man, you're not dreaming big enough because every man, since you're a little boy, you dreamt of getting married and having kids, but you didn't anticipate this nightmare that you're married, this woman, this beast. If you're a good man who doesn't cheat, this is what you create. A Jada Pinkett, an Ayesha Curry. But there's another pattern there, but I'm not supposed to notice patterns because that's racist, right? I'm naming off these women. I'm like, there's something in common with them. I don't want to say it, but something there.
On it, but it'd be nice to know that, like, someone's looking.
I've seen it so. I've counseled with guys through divorce care, through Christian ministries, through breakups, through so many things. And I've seen so many guys that have actually married a woman they absolutely adore. But the woman thinks she's better than you. And ultimately, she's jealous. Avoid women who think they are better than you because you can never make them happy. And here's the thing. As your success continues to rise, their anger, their resentment, their animosity towards you will continue to rise.
This man, Kevin Samuels, was so. The man was like, this video is from years ago, but it's mixed in with the video that she just did recently. And he hits every nail on the. That means this woman has not changed. She has intentions, and her intentions are not to be with this man forever, being a loving, supportive wife and a mother. He's nearing retirement. She wants her way out. Kevin Samuels called it. He told us the truth about these women. These Diana Ross's daughter. You know, one of my friends had the nerve to send me a picture of her with a picture of her in the mirror with her. Tracy Ellis Ross. They sent me a picture that she took of her in a mirror with her ass looking big. And I almost blocked them. I said, why the fuck would you send me this old ass lady that has no kids, no husband? She's 50 something years old. There's nothing sexy about this. There's nothing appealing about it. Why would you send this to me? This is an insult to me. Don't do it again. But here people are on the interwebs hyping it up like that's goals. How are you considering yourself attractive as a woman if you can't even attract a husband? You know, I ask that question, people get mad at me. One of my best friends back in California, because I used to hang out with all these beautiful AKAs. They used to come to all my events and stuff. I know them all. I date some of them. But the one that was the only one that was real heavy set, had the most amazing personality. She's the one that just got married. The rest of them are still single and looking. Yeah, they got jobs, they got their own apartments, they got roses at home. And I'm not talking about the ones that grow, but can they keep a man to save their life? No. No. But I'll be honest, Ayesha Curry's one of them. If Steph did not choose her because he needed a stable woman in his life so he can further his own career, she would literally, she would be just out here floating around, and nobody else would really want to take on that burden. Kevin Samuels is absolutely right about her. She's jealous of him. She's envious of him. And basically, he has an enemy in his bed, and there's nothing. He's a prisoner in his own home. I bet you he can't go nowhere. He can't travel. He can't have friends. I bet you she's on him because if he makes one false move, she can claim victimhood and divorce him, and everybody in the public won't really come down on her or give her a hard time because she'll have an excuse. But he won't screw up. So she does these interviews to provoke him in a way. That's what I see happening, and it's a shame.
Well, outwardly, people look at you and say, "Oh, she's so lucky to have this man. He's a multi-millionaire, a good family man, all these other things." And all she's sitting there and saying, "It should be me. I'm better than him." Especially, this really runs deep, especially in women who are failed actresses and failed models. You meet it.
This, and what is Ayesha Curry? A failed actress and a failed model. This is he's exact. Think about it. Diana Ross's daughter is an actress, a successful actress, but she's still taking ass shots in bathroom mirrors like she does OnlyFans. That's all they live. That's their reset button. Go back to sex work. You're a Cardi B. She wants to go back to doing sex work. Nicki Minaj wants to do sex work. Everybody wants to be an online stripper. These girls go out, they make music, they make money just so they can get on a stage in their underwear and twerk like a stripper. So you want to be a stripper. That's what they don't want to be wives. They don't want to be mothers. They want to strip until they die. These women don't even get old anymore. Tracy Ellis Ross is in bathroom mirrors in hotels pretending to live her dream as a stripper. What did Ayesha Curry say? Well, I just want attention from other men. Tracy Ellis Ross sending out thirst traps. All these, they just want men's attention. They don't even, because they got money already. The key to all of this, don't give these women money and she won't start cheating on you and stripping and envying it. Stop giving them shit. Stop helping them. Stop paying bills. Stop helping them pay bills. Make them take care of themselves. They are not struggling enough. Because now, okay, if they had to struggle, they would go strip because they had to make money and they don't really want to work a regular job because maybe they're not too smart or they think they're too good. But if you're giving her money, she's still going to want to strip. She's just going to do it for free at your expense. And if you say a word about it, they're going to call you insecure. Bro, this is a lesson for men. But this is the thing. A lot of us men, I'm be honest, I'm preaching to the choir right now. We have passports. We live, bro, some of us live part-time in other countries already. We don't even have girlfriends in the United States. For what? We got 5 back in Puerto Rico. We got 3 in Colombia. We got 2 in the DR. We got 4 in Brazil. We don't even want to deal with these American women no more. They're cooked. They're done. This is insanity.
Who is a struggling local actress, struggling local model, attractive, but she just doesn't have that it factor. You kick with her, you can date her, you can hang out with her, but do not make any kind of commitment to her. And for God's sake, don't marry her or have any children. Because one, She is always going to have in her mind any kind of weight I put on, anything that happens is going to potentially hurt this non-existent career she's dreaming about, this fame that she wants, this thing.
I never watched this whole video. I just put it on. I came and sat in front of a camera. She put on some weight, and now she's pretending like, oh, being with him affected her career. Like he just said, a non-existent career that you had in your mind. In real life, you have nothing except your man. And as a woman, there's really nothing wrong with that. Traditionally, that's how it's been for humans for recorded history. So the last 30 years of human civilization, you guys want to recreate the wheel, right? Wrong. It's idiocracy. This is trying to now change the human dynamic between men and women is just as smart as you guys deciding because we're in 2025, you want to water grass with Gatorade. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea, and it's not going to work. God damn it, Kevin Samuels. Why were you so far ahead of everyone? And why did you have to take that fucking vax? It took you out too soon. I mean, because now it's a lot of us that have to make these videos and we have to pontificate on what you would say. I got those bumper stickers that says, "What would Jesus do?" We got it. I'm gonna make a T-shirt that said WWKJKSS. What would Kevin Samuels say? That's gonna be my new brand. I'm gonna make stickers. I'm gonna start making T-shirts. I'm gonna do an Instagram page tonight. What would Kevin Samuels say? It's like, what would Jesus do? And you got a bunch of people like myself that are just trying to figure out where would you be at right now? And we have to remind people because it's unfortunate that as men, we're so nearsighted. We're just worried about having our family and our wife. And we think that the wife is going to naturally just be attached to us. And that's not how women are anymore. Maybe they used to be, but not in my lifetime have women ever been like that. Now you got to watch out for your woman the way you got to watch out for a friend that turns enemy. They'll turn on you. I'll be honest, for money, I don't know if she wouldn't be above making up some kind of story saying that Steph used to abuse her. And just, and he can't even defend himself because no one's going to hear him. I see that coming soon. I do see something. I do see a collision eventually. Because when you're a man and you just bottle stuff up on the inside, a little bit of shake and it's just like a soda can. You're going to just explode one day. See, me, I keep the pressure valve open. If I'm dealing with somebody and something come up, we talking about that shit tonight. I'm saying it on the spot. I'm really not going to. I used to hold stuff in and then later I'll just be like, I'll just blow up on, and tell her how I think. And I'm like, I should have been saying this stuff as we go. This man's been married to her for so many years, and he doesn't have the mental capacity to focus on her and focus on being the best in his career. We need that peace at home so we can go forward. She might be one of the reasons why he has to retire. Mental health. God knows what he's going through at home. Because look what he's going through when she's not at home.
She cannot have, especially if you're like Steph Curry and you actually attained it. He married his high school sweetheart. He was a teenage boy and she was a teenage girl. That 15-year-old boy was ecstatic to have that gorgeous girl because she actually grew into her womanness before he grew into his manness. He has finally grown into his man's body, into his man's mind, and become the man a lot of people saw in him. She's still looking at him as the same little boy who was blowing her kisses and kissing her ass as a teenager. And that's what you saw come out. That's what it is. It wasn't that she wants more attention. It wasn't that she wants more guys on her DM. She married a guy that she thinks she's better than. And only time she gets attention is attention he deflects to her. We wouldn't know about Ayesha Curry if it wasn't for Steph. He tries to.
He's absolutely correct also. She wants a guy she's better than. I watch these street interviews. Every girl they interview is like, yeah, I just broke up with a guy. He didn't have a car. I had to drive to his house. I had to buy him food. I had to buy him clothes. And it's like, how did you end up in a situation like that when there's plenty of guys that you have to do that for. But see, these other guys, right? We won't deal with you. We'll smash all day, but we're going to leave you alone after because we're better than you. And we see your intrinsic value is besides sex is zero. But when you get a guy who you're better than, well, then he has to kiss up to you. He has to deal with your nasty attitude, with your slick remarks, with your lies. And he's in such a bad situation in life that he doesn't have a lot of options, i.e., she's better than him. That's what Ayesha wants now. I'm just trying to think. I bet you I'll be able to guess who she's going to go after. And I bet you it's going to be like an ex-NFL dude or a current NFL dude. It's going to be somebody. It's going to be another current athlete. And then that's not going to work. She's going to just keep like Michael. I remember when Michael Jordan went through a divorce. And his ex-wife thought she was going to get with another Jordan. I'm like, are you insane? And most of that money she got from him in that divorce is gone. Because these women don't know how to replenish money. They don't even know how to spend it. They're not doing business. They're not clever. They're not geniuses with money. They're fireplaces. They burn the shit.
Put her in the spotlight. He tries to put her front and center. And guess what? If she had what it takes, she'd already be there. And that's what's not being told. Condolences to the Curry.
Condolences to the Curry. Look, this is her other video. She was on The View a few years back. And look at this. She's pretending to remove her wedding ring when another guy, some broke, poor male model, walks out. No standards. There's no standards. See, men think that women all want rich men. They don't. Once they get with you and you're paying her bills, she'll go fuck somebody homeless. It wouldn't really make her know, never mind, because it's not about that. Women have different things in their life. Once they get one thing covered, they move on to the next. That's why you can never let them get bored with you. You got to keep them confused and keep them busy. This is the advice other modern women are giving her. And this is the worst part.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe, though. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant.
Then if you're protecting yourself and you're not risking getting pregnant, you're not really being a hoe. A real hoe, you rolling the dice with the pussy every night. And you might get pregnant, you might not. The best you can do is know your menstrual cycle and try to stay home for those 2 days you can get pregnant. But there's no such thing as being a safe hoe. This hoe is mistaken. I mean, but they say that as a disclaimer because even though they promote being hoes, they don't want to be seen as hoes. Like they think there's different. A hoe is a hoe, whether you're using condoms or not. Nobody's gonna look you no different. You still hoeing.
That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you got to go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never had a heartbroken time and time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man because
she wants to do all the above. The problem is she's older now. A lot of the men that she's probably looking at are the same men that Kim Kardashian. There we go. Ayesha Curry is going to go after one of these, a streamer. It'll be a streamer. She going to mess with a streamer too. Kim Kardashian's kids are like, you should get with DDG or get, and everyone's looking at her kids like, are your kids, are they on the spectrum? Why do they think you at your age have those options even open to you. Lady, you don't. You're the ex-girlfriend of about 100 niggas in the industry. You have money, but you're older. Why would somebody with money also, why would they even want to have a one night stand with you? You're a washed up video vixen from almost 30 years ago. Why would an influencer who can meet a woman who looks just like you, but that's only 21 years old, why would they say, you know what, get rid of the 21-year-old, give me the 46-year-old with 4 kids that literally every entertainer from every musical genre in the world, I'm sure somebody in Bollywood in India hit that too. So let me take her over this fresh little 21-year-old that's never even been to Vegas. I can be her first experience at this steakhouse. I can be her first experience at traveling here on a jet. I can be her first. Why would I want somebody that's already been? I'm taking her to a hotel room. She's like, oh yeah, I had sex on this balcony before. And you're like, oh yeah, that's this is, so if we do it, it's still gonna be special, right? No, it's not. What Kim K doesn't have those options. Ayesha Curry. That's the other thing. Like I said, she's gonna have ambitions on having these other men, but she's already aged out where these other men are not gonna have any, there's no interest for her.
She probably never experienced that. Like, when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like, you don't have to experience a whole lot, but I don't think she experienced anything at all.
Now, mind you, the woman giving this advice is single herself and older. You can see the grays. You can tell, even with all the contouring and the fake eyelashes and all the makeup, and you can see those hooters are, they're getting along. So obviously, this is an older woman as well, and her advice, where has it landed her? Alone, single, smashed got smashed a bunch of times. A bunch of dudes hit it, and then they went home to their wives and their girlfriends. She doesn't count. She's a hoe. That's why she advocates for hoe phases, because misery loves company. A woman who actually cared about Ayesha Curry would say Ayesha Curry needs therapy. She needs to be grateful and be at home with her family and her children. And she needs a mom or an aunt or another woman, a Felicia Rashad type of woman in her life to influence her, because the internet is unhealthy. But instead, this woman is talking about how she should be out there getting fucked by a bunch of men. Just wear condoms like people wear. Where do you think kids come from? Obviously, people ain't using condoms that damn much. This lady's just giving out horrible advice. But that's what, like I said, misery loves company.
And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like, you ain't just no Lucinda from down the block. You're Ayesha Curry. If you go mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it.
Yeah, everybody sees it coming, because she's not the first hoe or the first woman we've seen with these ambitions to destroy her own family and destroy herself. See, the reason why women didn't used to have the right to vote or to have the right to make decisions is because men knew inherently from birth that it was our job to protect women from themselves. Now that we're giving women rights and we told them they can vote, they're screaming that trans men are women and they should be in a women's bathroom and all these other, and basically it's just self-destruction. And here we are trying to protect them from themselves. It's a tiring task.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married.
Man, do you know how sad this has to be when your daughters are 15 or 16 years old, or your son turns 14, and they have to hear their goofy ass mom was on a podcast talking about how she never wanted to have them. And then their dad is sitting there with them trying to cover their ears. And he just spends his whole It's like Steph Curry's going to have to spend the rest of his time for the next 10 years or so trying to protect his kids from all the ridicule they're going, because they're growing up. They're going to be in high school and college. He's going to have to protect his kids from the public embarrassment that this fucking witch is going to cause them, because everything is out there now. And this beautiful family is no more. 4 kids, but here she is. She's going to have so much money from the divorce. She'll be able to live like a married woman, except with no husband. Now she's going to be alone. She's never been alone. That's high school sweetheart. So she's going to have to find suitors to take that place. And it's just going to be man after man after man. Bro, it's going to be, you think Britney Spears' crash out was bad? Ayesha Curry is she's gonna eclipse them all.
I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And
a career in what industry? What goals? She wanted to be out here fucking different men, making and then be somebody's trophy girlfriend. What career? She wanted to be trafficked around to photo shoots for Victoria's Secret. So she can end up as a Romanian angel. Like what were you what are you talking about? What industry? And it all comes back to just she wanted to be in the sex industry. That's what I'm saying. She's bored. That's all she wants to do. She wants attention from men. She's not out here trying to solve problems or get a job. I'm sure Steph would let her get a job. They have a maid. She doesn't want to do that. She wants to get her freak on. She wants to be on OF. She wants to be on everything she sees these young girls doing, because she doesn't realize that she's about 15 years past that time.
And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like they can maybe tell him like your fucking shots suck tonight, but like the looks and all of that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like he tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like, listen to how it makes me feel. And he's like, but why does it make you feel like that? It's not real. After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughter so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's
entitled and privileged, spoiled. They're all the same. They all turn out the same. You treat them good, you're there for them, you love them, and they resent you for it. I've had this issue come up with me and my own family. There were people who I helped, who I had to be there for. They needed to stay with me. I had to give them money. I had to, fund what they were doing and take care of them. And right when they were about to get on their feet, they resented the fact that they couldn't say that they were self-made and nobody ever helped me and nobody did nothing for me. And then that turned into a resentment towards me because I said yes to helping them. That's why nowadays I'm a firm believer in just treat people like shit. They'll appreciate you more for it. They respect you when you treat them like shit. No one cares. No one likes the person that was there for them or helped them. They take those people for granted because, again, we're living in hell.
interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. Like, this doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too.
She'll never tell you what the fucking goals are because there are no goals. Her goals are men. Her goals are men. Her goal is to get attention from certain men, from doing certain things sexually, and that's why they say you should have a hoe phase. But a man's not going to want you after your hoe phase. Once you go through your hoe phase, he's not going to be like, oh man, I want the girl that just got out of her hoe phase. Said no man ever, unless he's some kind of creepy cuck. And I mean, women I don't think they like those type of men. I mean, they might say they do because they're desperate and they get older, but for the most part, no woman wants a man that's a cuck because he's a cuck for every woman. It's not like that's your man. He's every woman's cuck. It's crazy. She's literally talking about these imaginary goals, imaginary dream, but and it's all about men. That's why she's not going to tell you, well, I planned on doing this and doing. There were no plans. There were no goals. That's all just it's just word vomit. It's just bullshit. She's just making it up. And that's why she won't list them.
And I need to get my shit.
Do me a favor, like the page. I'm on live right now on YouTube, The Single Boyfriend, or on X, The Single Hubby. If you guys don't mind sharing the content, I appreciate it. My Cash App is streaming on the bottom if you guys want to support this movement. I'm doing a lot of content. I'm actually going to be moving into opening up a bigger studio so I can do more content, more politics than relationship stuff, but I am going to be focusing more on relationship stuff too. So it's I'm going to try to keep it as balanced as I can. But yeah, I appreciate you guys who are listening and tuning in right now. Thank you for being here.
Together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
If I have a career and I'm not home, like did you experience that?
I still experience that. I still experience that. I'm always in therapy talking about this.
And guess what? They put her in therapy because they know something is wrong with her mentally. People think that women become prostitutes and because they're struggling or because they need money. No. Women can go get jobs. Yeah, you're not going to probably make the money as fast, but you can go work somewhere else. You don't have to sell box. You don't have to be a stripper. A lot of women, they want to sell sex. Ayesha Curry is one of those women that basically wants to be paid to be good looking, but she likes variety too. It's not just men that like different women. Women like different men too. And as men, we got to start being honest with ourselves and stop pretending that these women do not have autonomy, don't have fantasies, don't have another side to them. Yet you got to stop falling for it. These women are just like you now. These women are men. They're men. There was a chick here Saturday. She came with my cousin. My cousin dates a porn star. Him and my cousin met the girl because they were at a bar and the girl recognized the girl's a porn star. And she's a woman in a long-term serious relationship, white chick, extremely pretty. They come to my house for the after party. Me and the chick in a relationship, 10 minutes after we meet, we're in the back room. And then this other girl I know was here, came through. This woman lives with the man who she says is a great guy. And I'm like, if he's so great, why are you not out with him? You know what she says? Oh, he doesn't like to go out. But I do. That's her ambition, was to go out, get smashed, have wild, crazy nights, get drunk, get high, party. They like that. They don't like the stability. They like instability. They don't want the happiness. They want the pain. They want to be discarded. They want men they have to chase. You give it away too easy. Just like they say, oh, a man doesn't want a woman that gives away sex too easy. Well, a woman doesn't want a man that gives away a relationship too easy. She tells you, I want to be with you, and you say, okay, no. You're supposed to put her through the ringer. You want to be with me? We'll jump on one leg and bark like a dog, and then I'm going to need you to meet my other girlfriend, sit down with her and have a civil dinner. And if you can't do that, go home. You got to literally put them in stressful situations, because if you make them too happy, it's over. That's why when you hear these women talk about their past relationships, the guys were horrible. I don't hear that as, oh my gosh, she was with an abusive man. What an asshole. I hear she likes men that abuse her, because there's nobody that doesn't have a cell phone, and everybody has 911. Everybody has Uber. Everybody can leave. Everybody can call police if something's wrong. These are people who they like being abused. They like the pain. Oh, he beat me up and he fucked all my friends. So you like guys that have sex with all your friends and used to kick ass. So you're not going to like me, because I'm not kicking any ass. And I might like your friends, but I wouldn't do it without you. And they think that's boring. The most beautiful women in the world that you'll meet will think that what I just said, somebody like me would be boring, because I don't want to kick ass and I don't want to fight. It's insane, bro. It's insane. We're literally living in hell.
If you lose all of those things that were interesting about you, even for yourself, like even the things that made me feel confident and cool, then what are you doing?
Just listening to her makes me want to kick my computer's ass. That's how upset this woman makes me, because I know the pain he's going through. I've been through it before. Men have been cheated on before. I'm just glad I wasn't married to her. I wasn't married to her. And yeah, it hasn't came out that she did it publicly yet. Give it time. Single boyfriend, right wing Rico. Follow the page. If you have any comments, I want to hear them. I'm going to put up some shorts tonight on YouTube. So follow me on YouTube, The Single Boyfriend. I'm doing a giveaway later this week. I'm doing a giveaway for my new subscribers. I'm at 2,300 right now, or 24. So I thank you guys all for tuning in and for sharing my videos. I appreciate the content. I appreciate YouTube for pushing it. You know, I used to start, when I first started out, I'm just talking, no viewers. But eventually people will pick up. I wasn't sharing it with friends and family, because you have no idea how many people you know are basically weird and are probably Democrats, and they don't like my content anyway. So you have to find your own community on the internet. So that's why I put up these videos, and I'm glad that now people are circulating them and we're able to resonate and we can talk to each other. So I'm going to build a better studio so I can have a more professional landscape or whatever. But yeah, if you can, follow me. Thanks for sharing the video. I do appreciate those donations that came in yesterday. Anybody else want to? It's The Single Boyfriend, $, The Single Boyfriend on Cash App. Thank you very much, and I'll be back on in about 20 minutes, and we'll be back live again shortly. Cheers.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.